How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to talk you through my 5 favourite tricep exercises.
Okay, so first up we've got close grip flat bench press. This movement's probably the biggest, most effective tricep movement in my opinion, because it's one of the few movements that will target all 3 heads of your triceps, the whole shebang, really effectively if you can get the movement right. So this angle just shows you that you're looking to hit kind of the bottom portion of the chest as we're coming down, and we're almost pushing back up slightly on an angle and keeping the elbows nice and close to the body all the way through. That's what will keep more tension on the triceps and lessen the tension through the chest and shoulders a bit. You will still get a bit of a shoulder and chest pump, consider that a bonus. But yeah, keeping the elbows tucked into the body, wrists nice and straight and behind the bar is what's going to give you the best on triceps when it comes to this particular version of a bench press. Second movement we've got is another one of the big tricep movements that again will hit all 3 heads of the triceps, tricep dips. So some people will do these for chest and shoulders more so if you're kind of trying to lean a little bit further into the movement. I'm staying relatively upright on these to get the best from the triceps, and again, similar to what you've seen on the bench press before, slow, controlled on the way down, a little bit more explosive on the way up, partly for the sake of keeping tension on the triceps and partly just to keep the movement nice and stable and stop you kind of moving around too much. You can see from this angle, the depth of the movement, we're looking to get the shoulder and the elbow almost in line and parallel with the bar. You don't want to go too deep, that's going to put stress on the shoulders, but you need to get deep enough that you get a good enough stretch on the triceps when we're coming down as well. Then we've got a couple of skull crusher variations coming up. So I really like this one if you haven't got a spot from someone in the gym. It's a lying version that allows you to reach back with the bar, use the floor as a reference point of how deep you need to go before just clipping it and then squeezing back up to the top. This angle here shows you where your elbow needs to be in relation to your shoulder. So in order to keep tension on the tricep, you need to keep the elbows slightly angled back from the shoulders. If we draw them forward and just push straight up to the ceiling, then we'll lose tension on the tricep. But having that bit of a lean back at full extension, that's what keeps tension on the triceps. This next version of a skull crusher is one I call an acute skull crusher. We're looking to get a really acute angle on the elbow, hence the name, by bringing the dumbbell back down to kind of the front of the shoulder almost, rather than behind the head. And it's a really nice variation of skull crusher for really maximizing the stretch in the back of the arms. You're obviously using dumbbells, so using each tricep independently, so you can't really compensate with one more than the other like you could do with perhaps a bar. But again, if you've got the mobility mainly, I guess, to do this, as in your shoulders don't feel too tight and congested, this is a great variation of skull crusher just to hit things from a different angle. Again, plenty of control, squeezing to the top, trying to think about squeezing through the back of the hands as we're pushing up to the ceiling, and yeah, that'll help you get the best out of that particular movement. Last up, we've got classic tricep pushdowns on the rope. Now, these are probably one of the most common tricep isolation movements, but they get hashed a lot of the time. You want to really try and keep a nice steady line from shoulder down to elbow. Work on just flexing the elbow up and down without letting the elbow get dragged too far forward. You want to get plenty of squeeze at the bottom of the movement, really try and rip that rope. You don't need to necessarily rip the rope apart too much, but a little bit of an intention of pushing out will help. And this kneeling version is a really nice way to do the movement without letting legs come in and give you any kind of momentum or any kind of jerking. So give that one a go as well as the standing version. And yeah, there you go, triceps for you.
Alright, so that's triceps done and dusted. 5 of my favourite movements that I'm sure if you work on refining the form and then actually progressing the weight over time, you will be growing some triceps. So have a go at them, let me know if you've got any questions, drop it in the comments, like, subscribe, do all that stuff if you can for me, and I'll see you in the next one.